time to do our morning show.
I know how this will go.
Come and watch two guys grow old. These are the days.
If we get a YouTube feed,
We'll just stream on D-Live then. Mr. We could
We
use a man like Donald Trump again. I live in a redneck state.
everybody here's irate.
Man, this intro sure sounds great.
These are
the
days.
Hey, good morning and happy Labor Day 2021 to everybody. It's the Boomer Bunker Morning Show, voted best morning show by a guy who lives in Alabama and a guy who lives in New Jersey.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So, you know, Labor Day is to pay tribute to the contributions and achievements of American workers. It was created by the labor movement in 1894.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do. See,
When-
wrinkles in your brain.
When did we start getting days off? When did it become a day where we
It became a
some hamburgers?
It became a federal holiday in 1894 is what I meant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. So, September 6th, let's see, famous shit that happened back then. U.S. President William McKinley was shot by an anarchist, Leon, I cannot enunciate his last name, while visiting the Pan American Exposition in New York. So I didn't know that we had another.
Yeah,
shot.
I thought they only shot Kennedy, Reagan, and
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Yeah, I didn't know there was another one.
Well, yeah. And,
I thought there was one that was shot in a duel, where they back in the day when they still did duels.
yeah.
I thought we had a president that got shot in a duel.
Also, on this day in 1916, the first true supermarket, the Piggly Wiggly, is opened by Clarence Saunders in Memphis, Tennessee, affectionately known here as the Pig.
How about that? I there's no way that I thought the Piggly Wiggly was the very first supermarket.
Sure was. It sure was. Also, famous birthdays today. Roger Waters. You know who he is?
Pink Floyd?
Yes, very good. He turned 77. Jeff Foxworthy and Michael Winslow both turned 63 today.
Wow. I didn't think
guys were born
was,
on the same day in the same year.
I was going to say I didn't think Jeff Foxworthy was the same age, was older than me. I thought he was younger.
1958.
Yep, older.
Him and Michael Winslow as well. So that's the guy who did all like the weird noises
All the,
and
all the
Police Academy. Yeah, him.
He was on a talk show one time, and they did where they did a Led Zeppelin song, and all he used was the microphone, and they actually had a guitar. It's pretty good. The guy's amazing. What he can do with the microphone and just his mouth.
He does a Led Zeppelin bit and a Jimi Hendrix bit as well. That was his two kind of stand-up comedy go-tos. That he was. Everybody loves it, no matter how many times you've watched it. It's really good to see live, I guess. Sure.
I want to start the morning off with a to make you laugh video, if you wouldn't mind.
Hell yes.
This is something that I haven't shown Bob yet.
Uh-oh.
So this is going to be a reaction video.
John's Video Vault.
John's Video Vault.
Hey, ivermectin.
Horses.
Should we tell her that pencil's electric?
No, hell no.
No. Oof, that's it. Yell at the livestock.
They're really.
She peed her pants.
Nice.
So-
They got horses.
Oh man.
Oh, also, one of our guys that used to be on Rubberneckers, Andrew.
Yeah.
I found one of his old TikToks before he lost all the weight.
Oh yeah.
I figured I would share that if you wouldn't mind. I thought this was a good one.
Oh come on. Bud Light can. I have never once turned a beer can into a guitar. Kudos to that person for doing that.
I'll tell you what, that Andrew,
Oh.
very talented.
My wife said something this morning that I wanted to ask you about. She said, you know, if you smell an onion and then you eat an apple, it tastes like an onion.
I would think that would probably be true for the simple fact that smell has a lot to do with taste. Like when you lose
That's
your,
what we were talking about. We were talking about the bird, whether or not, you know, the bird was tearing up a banana that was green. We just gave her a green banana and let her kind of go at it. And I'm like, does she realize that thing's probably bitter as hell? And then I pointed out that I don't think they have a lot of taste buds going on, that a lot of their taste comes from their smell.
yeah.
And that's how we got into that. And I was like, well, why would you do that though? Why would you test that and smell the onion and eat the apple? I just,
Well, just because we do shit like that all the time.
hey, you know, if you lick my butthole and eat this candy bar,
It's going to taste like shit.
it tastes like,
Yeah, it's going to
Well,
taste
maybe
like shit.
maybe yours. Mine, I was going to say, is going to taste
Oh,
like
your
candy.
shit. What's your shit taste like? Candied bacon?
Well, hopefully you clean your butthole.
Okay.
Butt wipes, they're a thing, man. You got to detail afterward.
I guess I don't know. I never got into that. I never want to get into that. Sorry, I can't take a chance on there being remnants.
Hey, if anybody out there ever finds a brand of wet wipes or a brand of Kleenex type shit that you get one at a time out of the pack, let me
Yeah.
know. Let me know.
Well, Bob, now that you brought this up, I saw a product, and since I didn't put this on here, but I was thinking about buying it. And what it is basically what you do is you put it on the wall right next to your toilet paper. You take the toilet paper out, you give this thing a couple squirts, and it makes your toilet paper a wet wipe. It's supposed to clean your bunghole.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a real Men of Genius thing.
No, it's an actual thing, and you just put it on there, and you just give it a couple squirts of toilet paper, and then you go back there and you swab it around.
You can't do that with a sink. You can't just like wet it with your.
Oh, you can, but I mean, it's just this is what the other stuff would have. I don't know, whatever it would be better to clean and maybe perfume your bunghole.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
mesquite. Well, yeah, I mean, you can make your butthole taste like a barbecue.
I was thinking more like lavender or something in that floral kind of situation. I don't know. Yeah. But anyhow, what do you want to get into first? You want to talk about China?
Well, I mean, I didn't see that topic. That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Yeah, you must have just added that.
I did. Well, to be honest with you, I added it early this morning because I woke up and couldn't sleep, and as I scroll through things, I find stories, and I just threw it in there. China bans sissy and effeminate men under new macho media rules.
I thought we had talked a while back on the Bullhorn. We had talked about them trying to, I guess you'd say, masculate their army or their because their military were, turns out they were trying to get everybody who knew into their damn military was a bunch of wimps, and they were trying to man them up a little bit and take away a little bit of that, what the internet's done to them.
Yeah. So right now they're trying to, what they're banning is sissy boy bands, effeminate males from all media. Broadcasters must resolutely put an end to sissy men and their abnormal aesthetics. I don't know. I think I'm with China on this.
I am with China on this. So they're going to ban K-pop.
Yeah. The term is nine. I guess I'm going to try it. It's nine pow. It's an insult for. Yes, it means girly guns. So.
Say if I was a sports commentator, I'd been fired for that.
Yep. So that's what China's. Also, China is now banning. They want children can only play video games 3 hours a week. That's it. So they're strapped down. And they're making a week. 3 hours a week.
Wow.
Yep, he's pledging to make China great again. He's taking a page out of Donald Trump's book. Yeah, and also China doesn't want anything on the air that would be overly entertaining. So they're also banning all the Dancing with the Star type shows, the
Right.
American Idol type shows, all that kind of stuff. Well, China's Got Talent, China Idol,
Yeah.
all that shit. So, yeah, I think it's time. I think, they're basically saying, let's not sit there and promote all this, the LGBTQ2 community. Let's make manly men, the focus.
Yeah, I was never really aware of their, of the Chinese Communist Party's viewpoint on that kind of stuff, on the whole gender thing and all that, how they're dealing with it, what they allow. So kind of assumed that they would take the, Muslim approach to it. I mean, not necessarily throwing you off of buildings, but it was sort of like forbidden or just keep it to yourself, whatever.
Yeah, they want you to sack up, be a man, be a manly man, be a macho man.
Don't be a Brandon. Gotcha.
Anything. Yeah. So I'm all for this. I think they should do more of this shit in the United States. I don't know about what would I call it? I don't know about banning video games for a certain amount of time. I mean, but I would imagine that if people didn't have video games to play all day, that they would go out and do something, I don't know, actually pick up a basketball, play basketball, pick up a hockey stick, play some street hockey.
Well, their internet there is very, we'll say, monitored.
By
the government. So it's not like they can get on like Twitter and be all in these groups of, the wokeness. So I'm not sure where all of it's coming from. As far as within their, society, I don't understand where all of it's coming from. I get it that, some people are born like that, whatever. But a lot of the people that are getting into this rainbow crap, they're doing it because they don't have an identity and they want one.
They're doing it for attention.
Exactly.
It's like, I can't be a macho guy, so I'm going to go completely the opposite way and make that cool. No more macho men.
No more YMCA.
No more YMCA. Yeah. Those guys were macho men and they were gay. What's the name of the band?
The Village People.
Village People. I couldn't think of the Village People for a second. I could see them. Could see them all. The indie. Just think about that.
Well, they have 3 hits.
I would say, but right now, if the guy came out dressed as an Indian chief, that would be cultural appropriation. They would cancel him for that. The construction worker you get away with, the policeman you could get away with, and that guy.
No, the police, you'd be hated on for being dressed like a cop.
Okay.
Because all cops are bastards, remember?
Right. And you got the construction guy, and then you got the guy that was in the leathers with the hat, with the
cowboy
hand. Oh, there was a cowboy too.
Well, he was cowboy. He's, I guess, modern day cowboy, whatever.
Well, wasn't there a guy that was in a leather? He had the leather short, knee-high pants on with the handlebar mustache.
Hold on a second.
I haven't seen.
We'll get to check him out here in just a second.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at a picture of the Village People in a while. I would imagine they're pretty old now.
Well, yeah, I'm not like pulling up a modern day like photo of them, just so you know.
They're all in a nursing home with a cane and a cowboy hat and Indian dress.
I don't know when this is probably. I'm going to say it's a little bit after they were their day, because it doesn't look like, I don't know. I don't remember the cowboy having a gray beard, but here we go. There they are.
Ah, okay. Yeah, see the one guy, there's the cop, the Indian construction worker, the cowboy, and the guy in the middle, which I'm not sure what that is. He's got, it looks like
Biker.
he's a biker. Okay. He's got seatbelt tits.
Well, I mean, I don't want to insult, bikers. by
Yeah.
saying that, but I'm gonna guess that would be the attire you would choose if you were into riding motorcycles.
I would imagine.
Maybe with a shirt on. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, they look like macho men. They don't look like sissy boys now.
Well, there's extra ones there. I don't know what that is.
I wasn't really a big fan of the Village People, so I don't know. The Best of the Village People. How many songs are on the Best of the Village?
Is that like a military guy there?
I might be. Is it one guy? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't really blow it up, man. You know how it does.
Right.
Just damn Google crap. So, all righty, Village People talk. Check that off the list.
You didn't think you were going to get that this morning, did you?
Yeah. Never know what. Well, we're like a box of chocolates over here.
Apparently, they're having a problem bringing all these Afghan refugees in. They don't know what to do when their guys are coming in with their underage brides. What do you do about that, Bob? What's your opinion on this?
Well, I'm surprised that they were allowed on the plane to begin with.
Okay. I'm sure it was like chaos and mayhem. I would probably thought it was the guy's daughter, maybe. Right? But then come to find out, it's his child bride. Again, that's their culture over there. I guess they're allowed at 12 years old. They're allowed to marry. Women over there at 12 years old are marriable. Ugh.
This is a tweet from Jack Posobiec. Breaking: State Department requesting urgent guidance over child brides among Afghan escapees. Staff at Fort McCoy reporting multiple cases of underage girls said to be married to adult Afghan men.
Yeah, I think you got to give them. I mean, if they're married, they're married. What can you do? That's what they do over there.
Well, Dave said, "Oh, damn it!
Go ahead, you do it." I went to go for it the same time you did.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what Dave says. That's got to be true.
He says, "Squiggly, weird-looking E." Man with his arms out, hammer beating on a building. I don't know.
Bowl of cereal.
I'm out. So,
man hit his head on
in our language.
Right, TV with two antennas, two alarm clocks, and a bowl of shredded wheat. So
yeah, I don't know what to do with that, man. I mean, I would. Maybe we need a website like Germany made, that one we talked about, I don't know, a week or two ago, about where they taught the incoming refugees, the Muslims who migrated into Germany, it taught them about sex and their laws on sex.
Yeah, but if they're already married and it's his wife, what are you going to do? I think there's I hate to say grandfathered, but I think it's grandfathered in if you have a child bride.
Well, then you're going to have a lot of pedophiles claiming to be Muslim.
Well, I mean, for this to stand, I mean, we have to use common sense. For this to stand, they would have to have come from Afghanistan and had already been married. Then, you just don't come to Germany and claim you're Muslim and try to pick up a 12-year-old bride. That doesn't work. That's stupid. If they came from Afghanistan with a 12-year-old bride, okay, well, I guess we got to let it stand because they're already married. And what are we going to do? Separate them? You can't do that. But that doesn't mean any German can go over and say, well, guess what? I've converted to Muslim and now I'm going to marry a 12-year-old. That's stupid. That's all I'm saying.
You act like we live in a country that's ran on logic.
Well, we need to start running our country on logic.
Well, he gets to do it, so can I.
No.
No.
See, again, I believe in double standards. I've always believed in double standards. A double standard is where if someone come over, they get special dispensation because they already married a 12-year-old and it's part of their culture and they came here. We can't really do anything about it. But just because this guy got to do it doesn't mean you get to do it. You pervert. Hey, quick question. Do you know who Gabriel Gipe is?
Mr. and Mrs. Gipe's boy.
Yeah, that would be true. Mr. and Mrs. Gipe had Gabriel Gipe. Do you have any idea who he is?
Other than that, no.
Okay. He is the Antifa California teacher.
Guy, the teacher who, yeah, he's boy, if anybody watched that video, geez, that guy. How does that get through? Is there no like vetting process here with these freaking teachers, man? Is there no background checks, nothing? You don't
forget about that. How about just walk into the guy's classroom and see he's got a picture of Mao in there and see he's got the Antifa flag or the anti-fascist flag in there. And one of the students says, it kind of makes me uncomfortable. So his response to that was, well, it's supposed to make fascists uncomfortable, so I don't know what to tell you.
When I was in 12th grade, 11th and 12th grade, I went, we had a journalism teacher. Her name was Ms. Kentai. She was actually pretty hot. She was a metalhead. And she had a Fiero, and she had real handcuffs clicked onto the mirror, to the rear view mirror that's on the windshield.
Oh, okay.
They made her remove them.
Yeah, I would imagine. When you park in you have to have some kind of. I mean, you have to have. When you go somewhere, you have to put on a suit. There's a dress code and all. This is the way teachers should act too.
Yeah. So they, my school found that in her car, and they can't. They can't
parking lot.
Walk into this guy's room and see all the signs and be like, red flag.
Right. Well, these teachers are diming themselves out. I mean, we'd had stories, in the past where we had the one teacher who was teaching preschool children from 2 to 4, and she was teaching about sex, and she wanted to learn she wanted to know how it was if she would be able to teach them about kink. 2 and 4-year-olds.
Consent.
Right. And consent. And now she's no longer working there. And then we also had the one about the teacher who was uncomfortable she was uncomfortable that the American flag was in the classroom. So she couldn't find that one. That one was taken down. She couldn't find it. But she had the gay pride flag up. And remember she said, I pledge allegiance to the queers. She's no longer employed. So, yep, this guy here. Project Veritas got him on tape. They got him sitting there, and he just talked about everything. He says, I got 180 days to turn students into revolutionaries. He would tell them where Antifa was, having rallies, and if they went there and showed up, that they would get extra credit. So, yeah, this guy
in the video, they can like pan around his room and you see like big giant, like poster of Mao on there. It's like, oh, no. That's I mean, who doesn't see that this is a problem? Like, is the principal not going door to door, just popping it? When I was in school, at least once a week, they'd pop in and just observe for a minute and then leave.
Well, forget about that. I mean, how about just walking in and taking a look around, and maybe the Antifa flag might raise an eyebrow. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it's
Hey, I got to tell you what. I'm proud of the trolls. They're using Google Translate now.
Oh, how cute!
They're using it to put other languages in here, and so now we don't know what they're talking about, which is fine.
Yeah, I guess there isn't a Espanol translation for GD because you had to type that one out.
Right. So anyhow, this teacher, I guess he's been canceled. There was a meeting, school board meeting. The parents were there. They were furious that this guy was teaching. They followed him around, tried to get a response. He, of course, didn't say anything after he found out he was had. But so here's the other thing. I guess there's laws where this is legal, where you can go in, have a camera on you, like a pen camera or something.
Yes.
And record this guy talking about. He has no idea that he's being recorded. I'm not comfortable with that. You know what I mean?
Then stay out of Soft Weekly's Discord server.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if you're going somewhere and you're talking to somebody, I don't think that they should be recorded without their knowledge.
Look, I'm sure. I don't think they're allowed to walk into like your home and do that, or say your office at work. I don't know. I don't know what the limitations are on it, but I'm sure that there's certain areas where they're not allowed to, like like the bathroom, unless you're Opie.
Yeah, but do you think that when you go somewhere, they should tell you that, oh, by the way, I'm recording this? I think you should. They should.
They could just have a little tiny 2-inch by 2-inch decal on the window out. Like in the grocery stores, and you walk in, it says under video surveillance. That's all you got to do, and you can put it wherever you want. It could be 10 feet off the ground.
I don't like it. I think it's creepy. I think it is, I think it's deceitful. I believe that I believe this guy would still be teaching if they did this. I mean, if they let him know that they were recording this. Recording without his knowledge, I don't know. I think it's a violation of some kind of right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'd like to know who this guy thought he was talking to, because if you listen to the line of questions and the way that they're presented, you could tell this guy is some kind of a reporter. Like, he's not an interested party in joining that guy's little cult.
I guess. Or maybe he thought that he was writing for maybe he thought he was writing for a positive
this guy
left-wing paper or something.
This guy's so excited to get his message out that he doesn't even care who he's talking to.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know, it just feels a little creepy to me.
Well, good. I hope they get all of them. The next day there was a that there was a memo went out across the Antifa channels about don't talk to anybody you don't know.
Right.
So.
I think this might have to be something that goes with donut, fat.
No, this is Kanye West.
I don't know. There's just three words, then 3 words. I have a feeling that's donut, fat in some language. I'm just saying.
I just think it was nice of him to ask for this slot of time off from Applebee's so that he could watch our show.
Yeah, love them, love the fans. So do you want to get into your video vault?
Oh, you want a palate cleanser?
I do.
All righty. What do I want to surprise John with?
A donut.
How about this one, since we just had Village People? All right. I couldn't hear the audio for some reason. So.
Oh, you could? No, I could hear it. It was perfect.
Yeah, I know, but if I can't hear the audio,
it sucks. For some reason, now we'll talk about this later.
What?
I'm just saying, you have another one up there. I don't know if you want to play that.
Yeah, I'm going to play this one, but I think I want to play it from like my computer and share that. So I can't hear the audio, so it doesn't do me any good. I'm not sure what's going on there. I rebooted my computer.
Yeah, I did
everything else. I've got everything routed properly. I just don't understand.
Live streaming is for some reason it's buggy. Live streaming is buggy at times.
Yeah, it sucks. All right, pretty much the same. There we go. This one is about period poverty.
Period poverty doesn't just affect women. Two-spirits, trans men, non-binary people, and genderqueer people can all have periods. And arguably, period poverty may
Hold it. Stop it.
Here's why.
Back that up again. I want to see what she just said. Who can have periods?
I want to know what airplane she got those freaking glasses off of.
Okay, no. I got to go back to find out who can have periods. All right. Let's go ahead.
Poverty doesn't just affect women. Two-spirits, trans men, non-binary people, and genderqueer people can all have periods. And arguably, period poverty may be higher in these populations. Here's why. You ever seen a tampon dispenser or box of free tampons in a men's bathroom? What about a period aisle not labeled feminine hygiene or pink boxes all around it? Periods can be a really tough and dangerous time for people that aren't cisgender women. So if you're donating period products or putting them out in your workplace or school, make sure they're in all bathrooms, or at least that all people have access to these products. Because blood has no gender, baby. Period.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about that, John?
So basically, yeah, guess what? Periods do have a gender, the female gender. And if you have a vagina, then you can have a period. But here's the thing. If you don't have a vagina, you can't have a period. All right. Blood will not ooze out of your pecker. So we don't have to, well, if it does, you need to see a doctor.
You've
But
been
it
doing
doesn't, happen, it doesn't happen on a monthly basis. So stop. See, this is where in China, this would not go on, Bob. China would put a stop to this immediately. Should they put a tampon dispenser in the men's room, in the men's bathroom? Should they?
Only if they want to make more money and have more clogged up toilets.
Yeah, because of course you would. I don't know how much are a I don't even know. I have no idea.
Like 50 cents or $1, something like that, and then they end up in the toilet because men get them out and play with them. You know, kids go in there and play with them and throw them at each other. And
yeah, okay. So right. So I would say that if you're two princes or you're binary something and you're non-binary this, and you actually need a tampon and you have to go into the men's room, I would say that you should prepare. If you know your period's coming, and carry them with you somewhere. In other words, don't make it our responsibility because of your whatever, your thing, your cosplay, your LARPing. All right. I don't want to have to worry about your shit. Take care of your shit. All right. Women, it's a different thing. You never know where it's coming on. And then here's the other thing. I guess you would have to go into the ladies' room at that one point and get them and then shove them in your hoo-ha. Again, I don't know. Oh my God. The hair immediately tells me this is going to be.
What did we say last week about my new rule for anybody with colored hair? No more microphones for you.
Right. Here we go.
Now this woman, I'm sorry. Maybe I was tired when I watched this. It had me thinking, well, maybe she's one of the good ones, right? But then because the way she words things, but then you listen to, I had to listen to it twice.
Well, see, it says right at the bottom, political activists shouldn't be teachers. So
yeah,
I'm sure
I know,
pissed at that. Like,
yeah,
go ahead.
No, but the way she words things is a little, you got to pay attention.
So this comment was put on a video that had absolutely nothing to do with politics, but let's dive in because teaching is political.
No,
the
it's
education
not.
system, the curriculum, school zoning.
Go ahead.
It's not. It's not political. It shouldn't be political. Take the politics out of teaching.
Unless you're teaching poli-sci.
Okay. Yeah. One class, not everything.
Maybe humanities, maybe.
No. Maybe civics or history or something. Yeah. But again, I don't think it should be political. And wait a minute. If it's going to be political, then both sides should be represented. A conservative side and a liberal side or a leftist side, which would be three sides. So the triangle of politics should be presented in a topic if you're going to teach children. This way they can think about it on themselves and just make a decision on what they think is, where they are on that.
Possible. There is no impartial instructor.
No, the teacher doesn't have to be impartial, but they have to teach impartial. That's what they have to do.
But they're not going to do that because they're so worried about their message and making more of them.
Well, that's the problem, Bob. So in my school, if I was the principal, Stand By Me, I would say you teach it neutral. All right. I don't want to hear you. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care about your politics. You teach the students an issue from the conservative view, from the liberal view, and then from the crazy communist leftist views.
This is why where they're more and more and more you're getting homeschooled kids.
Of course. Absolutely. Well, and then at that point, then your parents are going to, but your parents are the ones that are supposed to teach you your values and teach you their values. Religion,
Politics, all that kind of stuff. That
Correct.
is, culture. That is the responsibility of your parents. But they
Correct.
should also teach you things like respect and hard work and all that kind of stuff, the value of $1, but they don't. It's, the internet raises,
Or the parent.
The internet raises our youth.
Yeah, it used to be the TV. Now it's the internet.
Yeah, but TV back then wasn't as bad. It was a lot more controlled. The networks were a lot more particular about. They had a tighter tolerance on what they would allow on the air.
That's not true. I mean, look at the Teletubbies. Teletubbies, they had a gay in there, and
well, I didn't grow up with the fucking Teletubbies.
Yeah, Bob. Okay, you grew up in black and white TV. I mean, there was 3 channels. I'm talking about, when, there was cable and the Cartoon Network and all. That's when this shit started slipping through. All right, let's hear what Goldilocks over here has to say.
Standardized testing, all of these.
How bad do you want to take a 9-volt battery and hold it up to those little things hanging out of her nose and just touch both contacts?
Well, yeah. When you have that ring through your nose like a bull, that automatically tells me that you're an asshole. That's an asshole detector. I was going to say, back in the day when they first started having phones and they used to have those things that you put on your ear, the Bluetooth thing.
The Bluetooth.
Yeah, I called that an asshole detector too. Anybody walking around with one of those was an asshole. I'm sorry, go ahead with her.
Those, but don't the ball things hanging off of her like nose ring at the bottom, don't they look perfectly spaced where you could touch a 9-volt battery and just give her a good little zap?
Absolutely. Back that up a little bit because I want to hear what she says about standard. There we go.
System, the curriculum, school zoning, funding, standardized testing, all of these things can create and further lead to class and racial inequalities and impact life chances for our students.
Hold on. Wow. How?
That's because standardized testing is racist.
No, it's not. It's not.
Exactly.
If you teach everybody the same curriculum, the people that learn it get higher scores and the people that don't get lower scores. And it doesn't have anything to do with their race. Nothing to do with their race.
Well, not everybody has a safe space at home where they can study and do their schoolwork, John. Some people
have study halls. Listen. All right, I'm going there. Your race of people have to start taking responsibility for what you're putting out. All right, black people. Look at the Asians. The Asians came over here. They came over as slaves. They worked hard. They value education. They value hard work. They value respecting your elders and all. Nobody hears from them. They don't come out. They don't have a problem. Don't have to worry about standardized testing. They're doing fantastic. Other races, Hispanic or black, they're sitting there with that victim mentality. If you have that victim mentality, you're going to have low scores. So what do you have to do? You can't raise the bar. You have to drag the bar down. And that's what this is. This is dragging the bar down to make them all stupid. Teaching now, the kids that are coming out of school now are dumber than the kids that were coming out of school 40 years ago.
Well, they're also they also come out of school with a focus on things that really are not that fucking important.
Okay.
As far as, life skills, what's important? Going for the nuclear, 2.2 kids, the white picket fence, getting, building equity for your family name, or worrying that, gender equality is not everywhere.
Right. That's my point. In other words, if you're going to, I want critical thinking. I want critical thinkers. I want the kids to be taught critical thinking. I want them to be taught math and science and English. You know, I don't want to hear about standardized testing is racist. Cut me a break.
All right.
That's what this is what teachers use to give them excuse because they suck at teaching. That's what this is, because they can't.
They don't want to be judged by those test scores.
That's right. And they are. Your job is to teach the kids and make them smarter. Well, I can't do this. I've done everything I can. The test must be bad. No, it's not. You suck. You suck. You can't teach kids. And now that you can't teach kids and they can't pass a test, now it's something else. It's systemic racism.
But you have to lend part of that to, and I'm not trying to give them a pass, but you have to lend part of that inability to teach the kids to the kids. They don't want to learn. They don't give a shit.
Well, then you move them to a school where there's more discipline and where they have to learn. In other words, okay, you have kids that go to school, they want to learn, they get an easier path. Then you have kids that go to school and they want to fuck off and then they go to a more of a military school.
Kind of like a high security prison versus a minimum security prison.
Correct. And the other thing is, what they should do is when these kids don't want to learn, they should take them and put them in schools like the Catholic schools of the 60s and 70s. Those nuns will beat the smart into them. I'll tell you that right now. That shit, you either learn or you get a ass whooping. That's what needs to happen. And everybody's going to say, "Oh, John, that's the way it used to be back in the day." Well, the back in the day needs to come to the day, because what we're doing is we are raising stupid. I
knew back in the day when I was young, I knew 4 people that went to Catholic schools, two girls, 2 guys. The 2 guys are currently, to this day, they're gay. And the 2 girls were total sluts. So I'm just saying
that Catholic school to you means sexual repression, and then when they get out, they're gay. Well, again,
they are led to deviant lifestyles because it's verboten, verboten. Sorry.
Okay, so that's stupid. That's a stupid statement. How do you know of 4 people that went to Catholic school that 2 were gay and 2 were sluts? So that means that they're all gay and they're all sluts. Oh, here we go. Homophobia. Why is that how are we being homophobic?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. I'm just talking about teachers right now. And the hairstyle, the color hairstyle. When you see this color hairstyle, you know that we're going to hear something
about the fallout. Yeah, here we go. Back to it.
And impact life chances for our students. Especially as a history teacher, my students deserve somebody who is going to confront and challenge the injustices and untruths that are in our history that have led to discrimination.
But does that mean that they get to rewrite everything to their particular narrative?
No, I agree with this part. I agree with it, that, there was that thing in Tulsa. There was a riot in Tulsa where
Juneteenth.
No, Juneteenth was where that was part of Texas, where they went in and they told all the slaves that they were free, and that was like the last stand of slavery. But in Tulsa, there was a white riot where they went into, and basically black people were trying to do what Asians do. They were trying to, have their own economy. They had their own banking system. And for some reason, and I don't know what all the white people went in there and rioted and killed a shit ton of black people just because they were black. And yes, that shit should be taught. Not saying you shouldn't be.
Of course.
Yeah, that shit should be. I agree with that part.
And I'm not saying that they need to continue on with George Washington was the greatest white man to ever live. I don't think that needs to be taught. I think they should be honest about it. Did he help create this, government in this country? Yes. Was he like a slave owner? Yeah. But then again, a lot of wealthy white men were back then. Not to make it okay, but that's just what they did back then. They also used to put, leeches on you when you were sick.
They don't do that anymore either.
They did a lot of dumb shit back then.
Right.
I'm not giving it a pass. I'm just saying that's what they did back then. I mean, why don't we go all the way back to the building of the pyramids? Let's just go all the way back.
And just to say, Lord Jeffrey here, I doubt he's a lawyer.
Lord. Esquire doesn't necessarily mean you're
Lord Jeffrey Esquire. It doesn't?
It doesn't mean you're a lawyer. No.
It doesn't? I thought it did. I thought that's what that meant. Look, over opinionated, underinformed. That's us. All right, so let's go back to her.
Yes, teaching is political because as we develop curriculum and have conversations with our students, equity and anti-racism need to be in the forefronts of our minds, as well as giving our kids the means to gather factual information and form their own opinion. But this is wildly different than indoctrination or propaganda because I'm not trying to sway my students' opinions. I want them to form their own educated opinions. What I'm doing is challenging a broken system and hopefully laying the groundwork for progress and justice.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So, I mean, you know, I'm with her at the end. I'm with her at the end. I have a problem with the word equity. Equity means that, you know, we make everybody the same. That's not, you need competition. You need, you know, the cream rises to the top. Sorry, people. That's the way it is. It's just the way it is.
but it's unfair, John.
Life's unfair.
Why isn't our podcast first on Apple Podcasts, John? We should be first. We're the best.
Well, listen, we're two old white guys. For Christ's sake, we should be number one. If this country or everything in this country is systemically racist, we should be number one, and we're not.
I tend to agree with Dave. I was kind of noticing that chick can flap them lips,
Oh,
talk on inhale and exhale. Yes.
So, yeah.
Well,
Is that it for you?
I have a ton of them. Palette cleanser.
All right, let's go with a palate cleanser. I've ranted enough on the teachers.
We appreciate you waiting. One of our team members will be with you soon.
All right, this one made me giggle. It's share screen. Sorry.
Right.
So this is a guy who he calls two different Chinese restaurants and he gets them to argue with each other.
All right, let's go.
Hello? Yeah, how can I help you? Hello? Yeah, how can I help you? Is it Chinese restaurant? Yeah, how can I help you? Yeah. What? Yeah. What can I order? How can I help you? What the mean? This Chinese restaurant, how can I help you, baby? You want to order or no? What you mean? What's up? This Chinese restaurant, I don't call you, you call me. No, I don't call you. No, I don't call you.
Oh, goddamn! I'm sorry, but that is funny.
I know call you. No, I know call you. Yes, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that. I had a little like pee come out. I was laughing so hard.
All right, so can I jump in and give you a I guess it's a palate cleanser?
You can do whatever you want there, John.
All right, so this one I found. This guy here, I don't even know how he stays married. Do you ever meet somebody with a weak stomach where anything makes them gag, almost throw up?
Oh, I know this couple. He's always trying to get her to.
This, I'm sorry, but this is amazing. I don't know how
that's triggered. Anytime she sees somebody else maybe about to throw up, she gets that way too.
Here we go.
Lauren. Hi.
Don't say we're at a wedding, Dad. Don't
Hey, what happened? You look beautiful, by the way.
We're at a wedding.
Lovely. I hope you don't throw up on your dress when I go
Dad.
like this.
Stop. I can't do it. There's people here. There's people here. Stop. Stop.
You know, you figure that he would, you know, she would kill him or leave him or whatever. But I mean, it never stops with this. It's just video after video of him doing this.
They do that all the time. I thought it was fake.
You look great in your dress again. Part 2. But look at the sunset. We should get something.
There's people.
Don't get. I hope you don't throw up on your dress.
Stop, 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 stop.
Don't get mad.
Stop, stop. All right. That's enough.
I wonder if she's able to, go all the way down.
I don't think so. I don't.
Stop, John.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Oh. 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 There we go. I got to use that sound finally. Hey.
Finally.
Yes. Have you caught the new show with old Dave and Brandon?
No, I have not.
They call it Kiodi or whatever, Kiodi. Keep it or delete it.
Oh, okay. So this is why they were asking whether they should keep or delete New Jersey.
Yeah, they're. Hey, I'll give them this. They've been pumping out episodes. So
A daily show?
Well, I think now they're getting into where they kind of like Doug and Anthony do the Dear Flabbies. They record like a bunch of them and just a bunch of them at once, and then Doug just clips them. And here's just a clip of the pilot episode. Now the first half of it is them, normal, and I thought, well, you know what? I'll make it a little bit better.
Yep.
He's only got positive press.
Yeah, of course.
And he's always had just the best business practices. He's never
absolutely.
stolen any of it.
I think he's up. I think the one on the left there is opening a piece of candy or whatever. If
he's making noise, of course he is. Yes.
Yeah, the rustling.
Any of his ideas.
Never a single idea.
Never a single idea stolen.
Not a single one. Didn't entirely steal Windows.
No. But that's where we are now.
What is the
I don't know. I'm a little nervous there. I was a little nervous what was going on in that situation. Maybe he wasn't unwrapping something. Maybe he was wrapping something.
Well, oh my God.
I'm just saying that's what I got out of that.
All right. Well, here comes the rest of it. The good part.
Now.
I have one thing to say. You better work. You better work. Have a girl. Working girl. 12. Work. Supermodel. You better working girl of the world. Wet your lips and make love to the camera. Work. Turn to the left. Work. Now turn to the right. Work. Sashay. Chantel.
So I had a little fun with that.
Well, look, good for them. I got it. Well, you said, and I didn't know this, when we stopped Rubberneckers continued on in some kind of form. So basically, Rubberneckers was like a Category 5 hurricane. And then after episode 6.2, or the 7th episode, it went ashore and it started losing power. And
we did one more after you left. We did do an 8th episode that I had to edit, and I felt so bad for you. Even though you were at that time, you were going around and telling everybody what a piece of shit I was. I honestly felt bad for you when I had to edit that.
Yes. Okay. So now it has morphed into basically what they call HIV positive, and they had it behind the paywall. And you said, "Hey, John, guess what? You can go watch it for free on Dave's YouTube site." So I went over and I watched their latest episode, and whew, boy, oh
well,
my
the
God!
Theme of the show, HIV means Harry is very positive.
Right.
A good buddy of ours is named Harry. He also lives in Australia, and he's a great guy. So Harry is very positive. So they wanted to make a show about positivity.
Yeah, but they've used the most negative people to do this. The show is unwatchable. Well, in the most positive way. They really should rebrand the show and name it Painal, because it's pain for anybody who dares watch the show. I mean, Dave just barks, like he just sits there and barks out commands like, okay, Devin, you don't like Doki. Now go in here and be positive and tell everybody why it's a good movie. And then he starts. I mean, he's like he's calling plays. It's horrible. And
Do
then
you have any clips?
no, I'm not going to put our audience. I'm not going to make our audience.
No, I have a clip.
No way.
Just to give you an idea, I didn't do anything to the clip other than clip it, but this is just a clip of the
I
show.
apologize to our audience.
And all of the positivity that you get. Now, I had made a little comment here at the bottom. I wasn't making a joke. I was being real. I wasn't able to turn my volume up, and I asked if one of them could maybe perform sign language for me. And this is what I get.
But no, seriously though, can we talk about Andrew's stellar appearance on yet another music podcast?
I can perform some sign language for you, Boomer Bob. This is positive.
And nice pause there on Andrew.
Yeah, it's funny because during Gaslighting, which I also co-host with Devin, he says, people ask him, why do you podcast with John? My question is, why would you podcast with Dave? In other words, that show can't do anything except teach you bad habits.
Well, Devin is the smart one, apparently. Here.
That's a checklist.
Dave, it's a kind of like a funny bit.
It's not funny at all.
Not every episode, but it can be like a funny bit because these guys, Dave has podcasted with so many of these guys that he knows all the things that they forget to do before they press record. So he has a pre-show checklist. Andrew, tell your mom you're going to be podcasting, not to bother you, that kind of stuff. I can't read what it says, but anyway. So this is the opening of that episode.
I apologize to everybody that's watching this.
No, pay attention to the guy on the bottom there, your little your host for your other show.
Devin, yes.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea, don't you, Devin?
He's talking.
I'm sorry there, pal. We can't hear you.
Devin's not even
All right,
talking.
so get closer. That's the answer.
Cool. Devin's silently protesting. The silent treatment? Is
Hey,
that what we're
buddy.
getting from
I know
Devin?
you're not trying to be rude here, but maybe your mic is off?
Oh, there, he figured it out.
I think I fixed it.
There we go.
And you picked that for a co-host. That's cool.
Hey, on my show, he's good. I want to tell you. Apparently, I can raise all boats. Yeah. So the other thing is that if they don't have any energy or whatever topic he throws at them that he doesn't do, then Dave berates them for not doing it correctly. The only thing that I got out of that whole show, because I kind of moved around. Yeah, I was no way I was going through the whole show. It was over 2 hours. My God.
Well, there's an after show that's attached to it.
Okay. They should actually use that show to torture terrorists. So Devin has a crush on Kamala Harris. I did not know that. He wants to suck her toes.
Well, he likes women of color.
He does like women of color, but I did not realize that he thought Kamala Harris was hot. That was something new. So yeah, that was
yeah, the first hour they have to be positive, and then after that they're allowed to just say whatever they want, whatever's entertaining.
Right. Like most HIV positive things, hopefully that will die soon.
Okay.
For me, they should actually do the population a favor and put that back behind a paywall. That doesn't need to be seen by the population.
Is there any way I can claim, I don't know if I can call this like a racial kind of a complaint? Sure. I'm going to have to get up for a second. I'm caught on my damn headphone cable. I don't know if you can see it. The Band-Aid?
I see the Band-Aid.
Not even close. Not even close to my skin color CVS. Way off.
Well,
way. Damn it, I can't. Way off.
So we could have seen that.
Offended.
We could see that if you were still sitting there. I think if you would hold your hand up now or from there. Yeah, look, we could still see that the color's off. Yeah, you didn't have to get that close. So are you going to lodge a complaint with CVS? You're going to tell them that, this is terrible, that, the skin color needs to be more your skin color?
I love that they, I forget if it was right. I think it was Rite Aid and CVS both quit selling tobacco products because of health they're trying to promote health, but they have about a 500-foot candy aisle. It's like you're trying to promote health. That's great. Great idea.
So what you're saying is that people that smoke are being discriminated upon, but so not everybody that eats candy is obese and fat and unhealthy. You can be healthy and eat candy. You can't be healthy and smoke or use dip or chewing tobacco. In other words, that does affect your health. Candy in moderation won't affect your health. So maybe that's the thing. I know you're a smoker and it hits home.
So then they should only sell small bags of candy then, not the big giant 2-pounders.
Well, I would think that they feel that the people will be able to basically use common sense. And you're right. I mean, people could overindulge in that. Oh, here we go.
That's how I felt.
You felt like
when I put this Band-Aid on, I thought of this.
Right. Because black people, it's okay to have black pride about your race and everything. Gay people, for God forbid, it should not be, prideful of their sexual orientation and behavior. And then the same thing with the Asians. But if you white people decide that, that is racist, like, automobiles, you're welcome. Airplanes, you're welcome. The telephone, you're welcome. All made by white people.
This is from Wiki, and when you look each of these up, this is in the top of the results there on Wiki. So Black Pride is a movement encouraging people to take pride in being black.
All right. Hey, listen, you know what? Barbecue. Thank you. Barbecue, basically black people made barbecue better. Music.
Hold on. Yeah, the big thing is music.
Black people made better. I agree. Dancing. Black people are better dancers than white people. Athletics, in sports, football, baseball, black people.
So gay pride on Wiki, gay pride is defined as gay pride or LGBT pride.
Mm-hmm.
Is a positive stance against discrimination and violence toward lesbian, gay, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Discrimination and violence. So basically, I guess if you have an opinion, then that's discrimination. In other words, having an opinion of a lifestyle does not make discrimination.
Well, it's not. Go ahead.
Discrimination is only when it affects you hiring somebody or in a situation like that. And the same thing with violence.
It holds you back in life.
Okay.
Right. It holds them back. And their definition, though, discrimination can also mean that you're just indifferent. You don't care. You don't care if they're gay. You don't care. They want you to put them on a pedestal.
You must wear the ribbon. Right? We have to celebrate. Oh my God.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying the ones that you see with the flags and they're downtown in the marches. All of the activists. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
So then Asian pride, as defined by Wiki, in the United States, Asian pride is a positive stance to being Asian American.
Hey, listen, I'm with this. They gave us pasta. Basically fried dumplings. I'm a big fan of
extra small condoms.
General Chow's chicken. I like that. Chinese food. Big fan. Sushi. I'm a big fan. So yeah, I understand all that.
I mean, you don't have to point out all the wonderful things that they have contributed.
Listen, I am an equal opportunity. If you are going to put this up here, I'm going to tell you what I think the Asian people should be. How about I would say math. Asian people.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said math.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the abacus was an Asian invention. Now Wiki defines white pride as a slogan primarily used by white separatists, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, white supremacist organizations to signal their racist viewpoints.
No. Well, yeah, it is because they're the only ones that will use it. Everybody else has been basically cuckolded into not being able to say white pride or anything like that because then they'll be viewed as a racist.
Well,
that's not true.
How about we just don't worry so much about pride and just be who you are without giving a shit about your color or your sexual preference or any of that stuff? Why does that even matter?
So if you are, what you're saying, Bob, if I can get this right, what you're saying is black pride would be as racist as white pride. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying
Asian pride would be as racist as white pride because you're proud of your own race. And then if you put down another race, that would be racism.
I'm not proud of anything.
No, I understand that. But what you're
zero
saying,
pride. Zero pride. Pride is an expensive commodity that just brings more pain than it does joy. You know what I mean?
What did the gays invent that we should be proud of? Anything? Got anything?
Vaseline? No.
No, they didn't invite. No, they didn't.
AIDS, HIV. No, that was the government.
No, they didn't do that either. They didn't invent it.
That was Anthony Fauci.
They suffered from it. They didn't invent it. Okay.
The HIV positive podcast.
Maybe that is what they should be proud of.
Australia.
Australia? You think the gays invented Australia?
Have you ever heard them talk?
Well, I'm not saying the whole population. I'm sure there's a lot of very lovely people in Australia, just like anywhere else, right? You know, good people and bad people everywhere you go. All right. Do we have a dad joke to take us out on this Labor Day weekend?
Of course. I've got a whole bunch of them. Which one do you want?
A good one. Let's see if you can come up with a good one.
Why couldn't Miss Piggy talk?
She had a frog in her throat.
Oh, you know that one. Okay, then fine.
That one. Okay, let's see. We got another one.
Which of the 50 states can you order an extra small soft drink at any fast food restaurant? An extra small soft drink at any fast food restaurant.
I don't know that one.
Minnesota.
Perfect. That's a good one. I like that one. All right, everybody. We will be back here tomorrow. When you all go back to work, we'll be back. If you like it, tell a friend. If you don't, tell a friend about this horrible show that's on Monday and just hate watch it. Yeah, Bob.
See ya.